important announcement for competitors. If you retire from the race, you must report to the nearest checkpoint and then to the rescue control back here at Horton. If you retire...
Roger Greenwood, a journalist with Yorkshire Television, mingles with competitors for the start of the most tortuous race ever devised by man and God, the Three Peaks.
3, 6, 8 and 9. These two of us here together.
425?
Yeah.
I'll give you that back.
No, you do that. Top of penny again.
Most of the 364 starters know what agonies to expect as they cover the 22 miles of terrain more suited to mountain goats. Greenwood can only guess. As a youngster, Greenwood had been a fair runner, but work had caused him to hang up his spikes. Then, as a 1976 New Year's resolution, he said he'd like to get fit and run the Three Peaks. He proved his resolve by visiting Mr. John Humphreys, who assesses the physical and physiological capabilities of students at the City of Leeds and Carnegie College.
Lovely. Keep it going. Lovely. Super. Keep it going. Keep it going. That's great.
Greenwood laps the Carnegie track, his first run of any distance in years.
Well, that was 1 mile on the flat. I'm tired. I don't feel too bad, but my lungs have gone a bit and my legs are starting to stiffen up. Must be mad. Mad to attempt 22 miles. Up and down. What time did I do?
6 minutes.
That's not bad. Oh.
But it would take more than the odd 6-minute mile to equip Greenwood to compete in and complete the Three Peaks, even with the help of Humphrey's technical expertise.
Now, as far as the race is concerned, as it's in 9 weeks' time, we would consider that physiologically this would be crazy to attempt to race competitively over 3 peaks, 23.5 mile, and to do it with little physiological strain. We would consider something in the region of at least a year would be necessary in preparation for a race such as this. Now, very briefly, looking through the measurements which we took on you, the most significant one is your oxygen uptake, which is probably 15% higher than the average Carnegie student.
35.4. Here, 1.9 litres a minute.
It's a very good sign. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we recommend that you could, in fact, run the distance, but it would be advisable, in our opinion, to run it by walking and running alternatively rather than trying to keep up with the international type runners that lead the race. You may well do the race and feel that it wasn't that bad, in fact. But on the other hand, if there was any weakness in the cardiovascular system, it is possible that an individual running a race such as that without adequate preparation could collapse and in fact even die.
With those words in mind, Greenwood trained hard for 2 months. But would it be enough?
Competitors, can I have your attention for a moment, please? You're free to choose your own route round the peaks, but you must pass through checkpoints at Pennygent Summit, Ribble Head, Whernside Summit, Chapel-le-Dale, Ingleborough Summit, and finish here. Parts of the course are flagged. Where the course is flagged, you must follow the flags. And if you don't, there'll be a little bit of bother.
11 o'clock, Greenwood lines up with the top-class athletes, hikers, farmers and shepherds who make up the entry. Many, especially the 52 competitors over 40 years of age and 9 over 50, don't expect to win. They're there because the peaks are there. From the start, the scene's set. Those expected to do well and qualify for elite certificates set a 15 miles per hour pace. The majority who just want to finish in as respectable a time as possible and gain first or second class certificates prepare to chase. And the stragglers will be satisfied just to finish and gain a merit. The winner for the past 3 years, Jeff Norman, is not taking part today. He's in training to represent Great Britain in the marathon in the Olympic Games. But it is still a top-class athletic meet. Many of these runners are international cross-country and long-distance performers. 11:15 a.m. If the early fast pace sorts the men from the also-rans, the incline to the peak of Pen y Ghent sorts out the leaders. At this stage, the inappropriately named Walker of Blackburn Harriers is leading. He's the favourite, and even though 3 other runners are in close contention, he looks the strongest. Already up to 10 and 15 minutes behind come the chasing bunch.
Breathing well? Yeah. Steady away. Come on, John. You made it.
Greenwood, against Humphrey's advice, has set off at a fairly fast pace and is up with the leading chasing pack on top of Pen y Ghent. This is the easiest of the 3 peaks. "11:45 and back with the leaders. They're halfway down the first peak on their way to Ribble Head. And what a pace they're setting.
This is not nice. This guy's old enough to be my dad. There's no way he's going to leave me. The leaders go through Ribble Head, still led by Walker.
Come on, Deadly!
Behind them, over 300 runners follow, some more than an hour in arrears. 11 of the starters will drop out here.
Oh, for what?
Temporary relief for Greenwood on the flat road surface. At this stage, he's run further than he'd attempted in training.
Oh, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. About a third gone.
12:25 and back with the leaders, still led by Walker. They've now almost reached the summit of Whernside, perhaps the most grueling of the peaks. It's here where the leaders will make a definite break and ensure they won't be caught by any of the chasers. Coming downhill of Penny Ghent, some of the trailing pack look fit. Others don't look as if they'll make it. Look at number 318. He resembles a war veteran. Every stride, agony. Every step a mental Everest. Seven minutes past 1. From the bit players coming down Whernside to the leading actors climbing the third stage, Ingleborough, and dramatic developments. Calvert, who came third last year, has taken the lead role. It's curtains for the rest of the leading cast, including his Blackburn Harriers clubmate, Walker. The nearest pack to the leaders passed through Chapel-le-Dale, almost half an hour behind. At this pace, however, they'll qualify for first-class certificates. Coming down off Whernside, here's super veteran Mitchell. Somewhere should be Greenwood.
Hell, I'm tired. My legs have just about had it. About halfway gone.
But still Ingleborough in the distance. 1:30, and Calvert now looks a winner all the way. By now he has a lead over a minute, and barring accidents, no one can catch him. He's more than a peak away from the majority who started out with him just 2.5 hours before. Calvert was one of the favourites, a member of the famous Blackburn Harriers Club and an international long-distance runner. Perhaps it's a good job Greenwood doesn't know who was ahead at this stage. Greenwood used to run against Calvert as a junior and occasionally beat him.
Harry Smith and John Howard and Richard Lawson. Oh, Harry Smith, I was in front of him. Then he went up to his side like a bloody rocket.
Back with the chasers. Surprisingly still there, number 318, who is more or less jogging and crawling on one leg. Ingleborough is a cruel peak with many barbs. For one thing, it's the last peak. And once the entrants have managed to crawl their way up the steepest incline, they've a long meandering slope to conquer before reaching the top. Heart and morale isn't helped by the peak's own version of Breakheart Pass. Runners speed down the slope, and those still going up know there's a long way to the summit. John Calvert comes in to win. His time, 2 hours, 43 minutes and 59 seconds, a minute and a half ahead of the runner-up. The early leader, Harry Walker, is to finish 7th, 4 minutes behind.
Well done, John. How do you feel?
Tired.
Harder than you thought?
No, not really. I didn't expect to win it. I thought Harry Walker would have won it, you know.
What are the conditions like?
Good on the foot. I think that's what spoiled it for Harry, really. It was a bit too fast for him, you know, and he was tired going up Ingleborough. I noticed that and seized the chance and just pulled away.
Meanwhile, the finishing tape is still over 10 miles and 2 hours away for the Stragglers. However bad they feel, they know they might as well finish. Greenwood really looks as if he's going.
Come on. Keep going, lad.
20 minutes after Calvert, and the runners who qualify for a first-class certificate by finishing in the top 26 cross the line. Some on their feet, some not.
I was 20th last year.
Were you? 20th this year?
18th this year.
Oh.
Last one, and it's the bloody steepest. Why did they put the steepest one as the last one? My legs are aching, my head's aching, I'm aching all over. There can't be far to go now. There can't be far left.
Two competitors fight to the finish for the privilege of finishing 249th as opposed to 250th. Here comes super veteran Mitchell, who has broken away from Greenwood to finish in just over 4 hours. And here comes Greenwood, chased in fact by another veteran.
Number 162, a veteran, demoulding of Keswick. Number 401 is T.A. Hutton of Teviotdale Harriers. Number 282 is T.L. Rowland Jones of Brecon Hall College.
Are you glad you've finished?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Oh, there's this.
Oh, now. Ah, problems.
The main bulb.
Yes.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, you want a drink? I'm dying of thirst, I'm dead hungry.
Alan! Bring a drink over, please.
Want to get out?
No, it's all right.
Welcome.
Well, I think I'd leave it on for a second or two.
Well, that's the illustration.
Well done, Roger. Great stuff. Absolutely marvellous.
Well done, Roger.
Marvellous.
How you feel?
I feel tired.
Yeah. Have you?
Who won? Harry Walker.
No, a fella called Calvert.
Calvert?
What did he come, John?
What time have I done, roughly?
10 minutes.
4 hours 10.
Greenwood finished 281st.